Hello, and we're back again. We're back with another segment in this series that we've been talking about. You know, and this whole series is about we've been talking about the natural growing cycle of vegetable gardening, and we've been using like the native prairie for reference, for instance, like we did in the last video, and we've been talking about how that cycle gets disrupted. And this whole thing is about how we can have planting a whole lot simpler in this segment of it. And so in a nutshell, to have planting simplified in an environment that we have a natural growing cycle, we can't break the cycle. And the number 2 principle in that cycle that aids us is what we call armor layer or cover. Now, I have an example of it back here, and I just did this a few days ago here. It got away on us a little bit. We come back and cut it back down, and now we're coming back, and the important thing is that we got root structure in the soil, so we come back in and we put our armor layer in here. Now, to simply plant in this, all we do is move a little bit of this out of the way. We get down to where we find some bare soil right in that spot. We don't till the soil, we just find the top of it, and we're able to plant right into that. I've done no dig potatoes over here this is going on my 3rd year. We've got some pretty awesome pictures from the last couple of years of the potatoes that we raised, and we didn't need a shovel to do anything. They were simply no dig potatoes. So that's your tip for today, is always keep stuff covered. Never have any bare soil exposed. We want everything covered. So with that, the last time I promised you that I would have kind of a sequel or whatever to the story about Grandpa, and he had a neighbor that was like 8 miles to the south of where he homesteaded, did the same thing. Took on his 160 acres, and he broke that first summer he was there, he broke the 80 acres, he broke just half of it. And he seeded that half to oats. That summer he built a granary, and he built it big enough so that when he had the whole 160 acres broke, he'd have enough storage room for his crop. So he planted that 80 acres to oats. He got his granary built, 10,000 bushel granary, they tell me. It's in a journal. Daryl has this wrote down, his grandpa wrote it in a journal, and he found this journal in his things that he's carried with him through the years. But so Grandpa harvested the 80 acres of oats. That year he filled that granary to the brim. 10,000 bushels of oats off 80 acres. So he goes back, and as the story goes, he was never able to fill that same granary again off those same 80 acres after that. So why is that? Well, he broke the cycle with tillage. He removed the armor from the soil and buried it with tillage. I mean, the whole thing got disrupted. That natural growing cycle got disrupted, and it couldn't repair itself. The only way it can repair itself is we have to go back and start practicing those principles by not meddling, and number 2, the armor layer. So with that, thanks for watching. I've got something really special planned for you in our next video here. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I'm really excited to share it with you. So with that, we'll be talking to you soon.